Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soft Talks Hard Truth. If you're new here, this is a space where we have honest conversations about life lessons, about growth, about purpose, about pressure, and about the truth we often discover for ourselves. Today's episode is part of our What Nobody Told Me About My 20s series, and today we are talking about a very, very interesting topic, which is love and relationship. I believe growing up, many of us were taught how to love. We watched the movies, we listened to the songs, and we have so many different perspectives as to how love and relationship is. And that's exactly why we are here today. And to help us unpack this conversation, I'm joined by someone we lovingly call Papa, Rev'd Sam Oyegunle. Papa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And how's the
It's
family?
a pleasure to be here. Fine. We're doing very well. Yes.
All right, so I want us to start with a question that I believe many people would love to hear the answer to. Just all about love and relationship.
Okay.
So, looking back on your 20s, what is one truth about love and relationships you wish someone had shared with you earlier?
Yeah. One truth I would have loved that someone shared with me is that it doesn't always work like you imagine. All right. To some extent, it works like you imagine. To some extent, it doesn't work like you imagine. But again, as soon as you face the reality of it not working like you imagined, you quickly adapt. And then, it's important to learn to adapt and then move on. Yes.
Okay. So now, did you really believe people today are genuinely pursuing love? Or are many simply trying to avoid being single? The loneliness.
Yeah, I think being in a relationship now has become like a fad. That so a lot of people just want to be with someone because they say that they are in a relationship with another person. But then by the time the reality begins to dawn on them that it is the path of life, perhaps for not everybody, but for most people, a lot of things have happened. And then now they are finding it difficult to get themselves on track. But largely, it is more of a vogue thing. It's more of a cliche.
Okay.
I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now many people are, how would I put it? Now many people are searching for the right person, quote and unquote, the right person.
Yes.
So what qualities or values should people prioritize when choosing a life partner?
Amazing. I've had this question a lot of times.
Okay.
A lot of times that how do I find the right person? And I say that you find the right person first by being the right person. Yes, a lot of us externalize what we are looking for rather than create it in us. You see, because like will always attract like. And that's the honest truth. So when you become the right person, or when all of us strive to become the right persons, do you understand? Then it has a tendency to go around more. It has a capacity to go around more. So that said, it's important, therefore, for me as a person to be truthful, trustworthy, to be loyal. It's important for me to learn to value myself, because when I value myself, I'll value you. Now, when I don't value myself, chances are that I won't value you. Yeah. So therefore, in looking for someone to be in a relationship with, we look at the virtues of truthfulness, trustworthiness, loyalty, value. Do you understand? So when people say that, what do I bring on the table? Largely, it's not. People are looking at it again, like from the angle of work. Do you understand? But it's not necessarily work. It may also be that the support you will give me, the support I will give you. Do you understand? So I must be able to see you beyond your physical self to say that the path that I am on now, I see that this person can add this value to my life.
Okay. This is actually very tangible. I've given some tangible. Tell you what you said now.
Thank you.
All right. So, what is one common mistake you see people in their 20s make while navigating a romantic relationship?
Yeah, looking for tall, dark, and handsome.
So what are you saying is wrong? Can't tell you what you tall, dark, and handsome man.
The honest truth is that it is not a principal reason why relationships work.
Okay.
You see, I don't know how many people you have sat down who have been together for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And you tell us, okay, you ask them, what is the secret of your being together this long? I say, I think that is height, mommy's beauty. Those are those are not chief things. Do you understand? They are not principal things. So I think we should go for the principal. So a lot of people in their 20s are still looking for tall, dark, and handsome. And then what life doesn't judge you based on that. The outcomes of your life are not determined by your height. They are not determined by how you look. You understand? Not to a very large extent, nothing physical. Nothing physical.
But to some extent,
yes.
Okay, you mentioned that to a very large extent, but to some extent, looks to determine, right?
To the extent that all of us should strive to look good, smell nice. Do you understand? So, and I think that it is what everyone should have. It should be the desire of everybody to look nice, smell well, and all of that. But you see, if we make the physical appearance a major matter, before you know it, you are in love with a beautiful devil.
Beautiful devil.
Yes.
I didn't see that. All right. So now, many individuals remain in relationships, hoping that their partner will eventually change. How realistic or risky is that expectation?
Expecting that your partner will change. Yes. Is very risky. Yes. As per character, as per values that the person possess or strive to attain, chances are that the person is not likely to change, may improve. There may be 1 or 2 points of improvement. Do you understand? But the person that doesn't have the person that doesn't have some certain drive doesn't have it. Do you understand? The one that is rude may improve, may treat people nicer, but it's not likely to change. The one that is violent may improve, but is not likely to change. The one that is vulgar may improve, but is not likely to change. It's because some of these wirings are from where we're coming from. Now you are meeting someone in his or her 20s, right? Who has had an environment really very, very terrible. Okay, so who perhaps grew up in an abusive environment, in a toxic neighborhood, and all of that. He just sees people like that spewing such out. All right, but so for there to be a major shift, a major change, the person really has to come to ground zero and acknowledge that where I'm coming from is not the kind of life I want to continue to live. Then I will take this step and take that step and take that step. A lot of people don't live their lives like that. A lot of people don't live their lives like that.
So let's talk about heartbreak. Heartbreak is something I believe almost everyone has experienced at one point.
Like breakfast.
Yes, breakfast. So now, what are some realities of healing from a broken heart that people are really prepared for?
And that is to assume that your life would not go forward without this person in it. And I've seen a lot of that. I have been on a young lady for more than a year now, for her to see that she has a life outside this person. So a lot of people come into relationships and then they lose themselves and take up the other person. That's a good thing to do, but it's for marriage. It's for marriage. But you see people come into relationships and they lose themselves totally, and then so it now becomes very difficult to heal when breakups happen. Because so don't lose yourself. That's one thing you must know. Go into every relationship with the intention to be a better person, with the intention to improve. All right. When your partner says, "Look at this," try to look, take a look into this matter and all of that. Yes. However, do not lose your essence. A lot of people have lost their essence in relationships, and you see that it becomes very difficult for them to pick up afterwards, and so they go back. They tend to go back, or to go back to persons that are like where they are coming from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself.
Okay. So, what relationship warning signs do people overlook? Like, red flags. People overlook in the early stages of dating.
Yeah. Number one is that I have a slight definition, or a little slant from the popular definition of a red flag. Okay. For me, red flags are warning signs. However, not all red flags are deal breakers. Not all red flags are deal breakers. However, you must never overlook how others are treated. Okay. Yes, how your partner treats others is a simple indication of how you would be treated. You will certainly be treated that way. You may not be treated like that now.
At first.
Yes, but you will also be treated that way. So, if your partner, when angry, insults others and justifies it, right, will insult you badly tomorrow and justify it. And justify. So you have to look at how others are treated. It is a mirror of how you will be treated. And a lot of people overlook it. In fact, you see people in relationships backing the other partner. It's because the other lady annoyed him. It's because the other girl.
Excuses.
Yeah. But then you soon become a victim of such. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So many young adults say they are not ready for commitment. What does genuine readiness for commitment actually look like?
Yeah, I think that if you are not ready for commitment, you should not go into any relationship.
Okay.
You see, because if you go half-heartedly, that's what you do all through the relationship. And relationships require your total commitment. So if you are not ready to be committed, then don't even stir up love in the other person. All right. So the woman should not stir up love in the man should not stir up love in the woman. I think this is very, very critical. In any case, in your 20s, when you are going to any relationship, you should have the goal to settle down with the person. Let's reduce the heartbreaks in town. So many people are heartbroken. So many people, because the man is coming without full commitment. The lady is just wondering, let's see what happens. All right, I'm still young and all of that. So, but eventually, because it is a matter of the heart. Love is a matter of the heart. Heartbreaks happen, and then some heal fully, some don't fully heal, some don't heal at all, and then they go into another relationship, and then they go and hurt because they are coming hurting. So they go and hurt this other new person that they are in, and then it doesn't work, and then the cycle continues endlessly. All right. So I believe that we should come into relationships committed, going all the way. Now, not all our efforts in going all the way will end in marriage. Do you understand?
Yes.
But it should be the goal. It should be the reason why I'm coming into relationship with this person. Friendship enough. At the level of friendship enough alone, I should be able to determine that I can marry this person or not. You see, because by the time I propose relationship to you, and to make it the time that I will know if I can marry you, pretense will happen. A lot of pretense will happen. Yeah.
And that will actually affect a lot of things.
A lot. Yes, because you see, you get into a relationship with a girl of 26, 27, come off it. She wants to marry.
Definitely.
And so she keeps acting up. And before you know it, you get involved with her, marry her, things change tomorrow. And that's why, as a person, as a marriage counselor, I personally don't support that. I met her once. The day I saw her, I knew she was my
Love
wife.
at first
I
sight.
have an issue with
So
love
it's
at first
proper. You
sight.
don't believe in love at first sight.
Love at first sight can happen, but it should not be expressed at first sight.
Okay.
Yes, love at first sight can happen, but it should not be expressed at first sight. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that moves to the final question.
Okay.
If you could leave every young person in their 20s with one piece of relationship advice that could shape their future, what would it be?
Be the best. Be loving. Be a committed person. Be willing to improve. All right? And then prepare yourself not just for now, but for where you're going. Yeah, a lot of people want to marry but are not ready for marriage. A lot of people want committed relationships, themselves are not committed. You understand? So I would live with the 20s, some of people in their 20s that are prepared for where you're headed. Yeah, prepare for where you're headed.
In other words, just work on yourself.
Work on yourself.
I think you try to hammer that a lot.
Yes, I've worked with young people for a long time. Every day the sun rises in the last 10 years, I discuss relationship with this person or that person. And I see that most of the complaints people have is what they can also give. In fact, it's what they give by themselves. Do you understand? So
I agree.
We should all work on ourselves and then all of us will be good.
Papa, thank you so much for sharing these thoughtful insights. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to everyone who has listened. I hope this conversation has given you something tangible to hold on to and something to reflect on about love and relationship. But before you go, there's something I think you should hold on to. Sometimes the biggest challenges in our relationships don't come from people. They come from the battles we are fighting within ourselves. And that's exactly what we'll be talking about next time as we explore the topic of addiction. But until then, always remember that the softest conversation carry the hardest truth. See you next time. Bye for now.